Hello, good peoples. Welcome to the mothership. That is I, the People's Choice, Tom Rodriguez, joined by the big guy, KG. Yes, he is a reason why you had to wait. Beat him now and forever beat him next week and beat him after that, too. He's getting that POP tonight. And the Nubian Sumo is always the reason why we wait. So you don't have to beat him this week. We'll blame KG. Next week, I'll be late. That way we could just, call it the trifecta. But at the end of the day, we're never too late to give you the goodness that is all of our opinions that'll probably get stolen about wrestling, sports entertainment, and whatever else we talk about. Maybe movies. I don't know. You all right, KG?
I'm here.
All right. I'm glad you made it. Sumo,
I'm
you
telling
all right?
people to beat me. Like, the fuck?
Okay.
Beat you like a rented mule, what?
Gingerly assault him. How about that? Is that better?
Gingerly assault.
You
I ain't
know
never
why
heard that
we
before.
gonna beat you like a rented mule? What?
Yeah.
You know what tomorrow is? What?
Yeah.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
What?
Yeah. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass and I'm about to open up this can of whoop ass.
What? Take a sip for the 316 as we get ready to take you on a journey. I hope y'all are ready. They start to pop off a little bit up there.
Hell yeah.
I'd ask you to smash two cans together, but
But
I
look,
wouldn't want to
nobody
see it
can get
wasted.
that,
I wouldn't want to see it wasted.
I wouldn't waste this nice liqueur if you know what I'm saying.
What's
But
that?
hey, Sam, we got to do it on 315 because 316 is a Sunday rise.
Well, y'all can go get you
I
some.
hope all of you celebrated on yesterday and got your steaks and your pies and your other things.
Thank you, Cold Stone. We appreciate that. Fellas.
And today was St. Patrick's Day, so you got your corned beef and your cabbage and your Guinness and your
pudding, and your flim de fleurs and all that other stuff. You got it out your system?
What?
Oh, Lord. See what it's started? One sip, two sips. Two sips, he already got a problem.
What?
In the bloody hell?
And Sam said, "Your bacon burger dog."
Oh, no,
God, let's not get started with all that.
Look, I've been trying to figure out for years what the hell is a bacon burger dog.
You don't know what a bacon burger dog is?
No, sir, I do not. I've been trying to find out for years.
You've never watched the Cosby Show.
Yes, but I've watched the Cosby Show and I've been trying to figure out what the hell is a bacon burger dog.
A bacon burger dog is a hamburger that's patted out into the shape of a hot dog, wrapped in bacon, and grilled, placed in a hot dog bun.
Burger. Down. You want one now, KG? You would do it.
Of course I do. Because I've been trying to figure out since I was a kid, what the hell is that?
But now you know, and knowing it's half the battle.
I would love one of those.
They showed you how to make one on the show. They actually made it on the show once.
I believe you can do it. You know what? We should do that this summer. We have a show and everybody eating bacon burger dogs. And I don't know. We want some funnel cake. Go with that or something.
Funnel cake's always great.
We just making a diabetes special that day.
Yeah, we can have hot dogs. What? Burgers. What?
Hot pretzels.
What?
Sody.
What?
Frosties.
Some pony drinks that the kids the quarter waters. What?
Shoot. And a side of metformin. Just for some extra flavor.
Man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wondered for years. I'm glad y'all broke it down after all this time and told me what it is. But I wondered for years what in the world it was. I was like, does it exist? Is it real or was it just for the show?
Hey, if a turducken is real, then this definitely got to be real.
Well, I know a turducken real because once John Madden talked about it, I knew turduckens were real. And there was a guy
the first
that
time
sold
he talked about it wasn't until he showed it on thing. Then you like, oh, okay. Now I like to see one being made. I've always just seen the finished product on Thanksgiving, during the game, but I like to see it made. How you stuff that duck up in there.
YouTube.
I guess I could, but I don't think Madden ever, went behind the curtain and showed that.
No, but it's a guy that he was getting his turduckens from, and he said that the guy sold maybe 15 to 20 turduckens a year. After Madden did that, he was selling 300 to 500 every year, and it just kept going up after that.
Hey, the business is booming. You got to do it. Oh my gosh, Sam trying to give us the beatus and heartburn and stop it.
My bad.
Pressing my button. There you go.
Nah, you want to clog up some arteries. You make yourself a Luther.
Oh my goodness!
Like so, your cookout is going to come with an appointment in the emergency room. That's how that's going to end up. What did I eat today? There you have it. So, are you feeling like we're on the road to WrestleMania yet? Are you getting the vibe? Is it helping you along?
Not quite.
Yeah, kind of like a slow week. I agree with that. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on, what's hot in professional wrestling at the moment. Let's start here. Did anybody have the Street Profits winning the World Tag Team Championships on their pre-WrestleMania bingo card?
No, not really.
Mm-mm.
Then again, there's a few title changes that I didn't expect this close to WrestleMania, but who knows?
Are you happy about it? Does it make sense to make that move? I figured it'd just be a battle royal and, no title would change hands or, like an 8-way tag or something like that for the pre-show.
No, I'm happy for the Street Profits to get the titles, especially with this change of attitude that they got, I don't know if I want to say that they're heels now or not.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They seem that way. And then their promo afterwards wasn't.
Right.
Kinda.
So I don't know. I don't know. But it's good to see them have the title. I mean, what they say it was like been 4 years since they held the title last.
Yeah.
Damn, has it been that long?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
God damn.
But what's significant? This is on international soil. That's pretty huge. For them to or to have a title change and it be canon and on international waters, that's pretty big. That's why nobody probably was expecting it. They probably have a match, there'll be some interference and blah blah blah. You know how it goes. And then it's all leading to WrestleMania, and then big things pop at that point. But not mad at it. I think they've earned it. Montez's transformation, into this, grittier character, I like. But who's really impressed me is Angelo Dawkins. His mic skills has gotten better. Like he's cutting some promos. He's not too far from that Jacob Fatu, level of street cred, for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
so
I don't know if I'm feeling Montez's grills though.
You go, gives him a different vibe.
It does.
That's not new.
It's not. It's not new, but it's noticeable now.
Yeah, he's got more of it
because it's affecting the way that he talks.
Maybe that's why it's keeping him in. We'll just have to see. You know, do you think that they immediately just carbon copy it and say, "Okay, you won the belts. Here you go, Motor City Machine Guns, #1 contenders." You think that's where it is, or maybe there's something else cooking?
I think there's something else cooking.
Could it be?
You notice they put out they put out the feeler for Penta.
Not
Penta, but Ray Phoenix.
Yep.
And they are talking about, like I said, they are talking about putting them back together as a tag team. And so Raw does need some help with the tag team division.
Would you have him debut pre, or would you have him debut as kind of like they did with the Hardys, and they come out at Mania, just out of nowhere? You know, they in a match with one team, and then something happens, and then they just have to fill in it, and then it's the Lucha Brothers, which they can use that name from the reports of what I've been seeing.
Yeah, I say give it WrestleMania.
That's going to change the game.
I say go ahead and wait till WrestleMania to bring out Penta. I mean, Ray Phoenix. So
that is going to change the game. That's going to be, mind blowing to say the least on SmackDown. But I wouldn't be surprised if they immediately get, drafted or forbidden door or transfer portal or whatever you want to call it to Raw, because Netflix is going to want both of them on the same show. It just depends, because we're talking Street Profits or SmackDown stars, but we'll have to see. There may be some swapping or switching going on to make that happen post-Mania. But then what I really wanted to ask y'all questions about was the news that came yesterday, courtesy of Fightful and her social media, that Lillian Garcia is no longer going to be the full-time ring announcer for SmackDown. So the obvious question is, do you think that she has done enough penance, she being Samantha Irvin, to come back? Or would they give it to somebody else?
Give it to Tony Kimmel. Kimmel.
But Edge isn't there. Kimmel's #1 thing was the Rated R Superstar. So he would have to go to AEW.
Well, I mean, you could bring Samantha Irvin back. But the question is, do she want to come back?
Of course she wants to come back.
I think she wants to come back.
That's all she's been saying.
She's seen the error of her ways, and that record that she putting out ain't pushing.
And listening to her boyfriend, your fiance, this fool saying, "Baby, you ain't got it. You could go ahead and explore what you want." She's like, "Use a dummy." Period. So that is interesting, though. Overseas, she's not going to be there. So that means that, next SmackDown, we may not have Lillian, but we may have a fill-in. Alicia Taylor or somebody else that's already on the tour. But, coming back to the U.S. right before Mania, would that be an interesting Mania moment, since they're all about moments right now? To have her, whatever Cody's match is going to be be able to, stipulation-wise and all that, but she would be the special guest ring announcer that will come out as a pop.
They would have to reintroduce her in some kind of way.
Yeah,
especially after everything that happened, the way it happened. So it's just she can't just come in and be like, "Yeah, hi, it's me again."
Or would you give her the opportunity for what she was asking for? Send her to NXT. And, or at least a performance center. She's trying to wrestle. See what comes of it.
Well,
Because
see, I think the only reason that she's trying to come back now is because she's seen that has actually happened. What's the referee's name?
I was just
That's
about
getting ready to get a
to
push?
bring up Stephanie Carr.
Yeah,
Allegedly, it's going to be
Jennifer Carr,
Calix?
right?
No, Jessica.
Jessica Carr. Yeah.
Wasn't it Calix or something to that effect?
Yeah, Calix. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because they were thinking when they trademarked the name, they thought it was going to go to who they say it was going to go to, Saul Ruka.
Yeah, but people
Because
are upset about that.
That's actually her real name, except the K in that name, then the name they trademarked is actually a C in her name.
Right.
But yeah, they're gonna start putting Jessica Carr under a mask and letting her wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
So
and she has gone through MCW. She's a Maryland Championship Wrestling alum. Good friend of a friend of our show, the Scottish Nightmare, Chris Clow. They go way back. Also James Ellsworth, and Gilbert, Dwayne Gilbert. That they're all out that same crew. She trained under Gilbert, if I remember correctly, from what the Scottish Nightmare said. Shout out to Chris. So
speaking of Gilbert,
not like she's just getting into it and she don't know what she's doing.
Speaking of Gilbert, real quick, a buddy of mine said Gilbert coached him in baseball in high school.
Possibly.
He said to me, he said, "Yeah, my high school coach, I'm hanging out with him now." He said, his name's Dwayne Gill. I said, Gilbert. He said, "How do you know that?" I was like, "He was a light heavyweight champ for the longest, man. What are you talking about? How do I know that?" I know, of course, I know Gilbert. I know he took Triple H to the distance and almost beat the shit out of him. But I know.
But I've been trying to figure out, maybe, Sumo, you can flesh it out on what you would think. How do we transition her into, and I know she's going to be under a mask, but how do we transition her from ref to in-ring performer?
Oh, it's been done before. I mean, you can think about it. Teddy Long. Teddy Long was a referee that became a manager that transitioned very well.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of wrestlers who have become referees, like Scott Armstrong.
Yeah,
Scott Armstrong was a former wrestler who became a referee. So, and then also you got Bill Alonzo. Bill Alonzo was a referee that became a manager in ECW and in WWE and other organizations. Now, as far as referees becoming wrestlers, you got Jeff Jarrett started out as a referee.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Diamond Dallas Page, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was a referee at one time, back in the beginning stages of his career. There are a few examples of wrestlers who started out as referees that got into the business. So
Jacqueline was a referee after her in-ring career was over. She went and got her referee license.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, so there are those out there who start out, because I mean, what better way to there are different ways to get into anything, right? And so why not start out as a referee? At least as a referee, what are you doing? You're helping to call the matches,
right?
So that's training in itself, and being in the ring. There are referees out there to take bumps. So, you're taking bumps as well. You're learning how to work the ring. So, I mean, it is a gateway into a wrestling career if you're doing it right.
Yep.
Samantha just jumped the gun. I mean, yeah, she was good at what she did, and they wanted to keep her at that, but that doesn't mean that they wouldn't have transferred her or transitioned her into another position down the line. She just wanted what she wanted when she wanted it.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to be patient enough to pay the dues to get to where she wanted to be.
But another one, Asia Smith. She's a referee now. She actually can wrestle.
Yeah,
she was a wrestler.
Just cutting her chops on the referee side. Yeah,
she was a wrestler before, and she's married to a wrestler.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he was NXT North American champion at one time. I can't think of his name right now, but
like Devontae or something like that. I'm trying to pull it up in my head, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Because they put that out there on social media a lot. But I will say one thing about the WWE is
we lost the camera. We lost your camera. There you go.
There we go. One thing about the WWE is that if it's a ref, if it's ring announcer, everybody goes through the PC, and then that's where things lie. So at least everybody has that opportunity, or if they've been in the indies and I guess they get slotted for ref or whatever, they're going to at least understand the business enough to, like you said, to take bumps and stuff like that. So
and she used to be Daphne LaShawn. That's who she used to be. And she's married to Leon Ruff.
Leon Ruff.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see if did I lose myself? Yeah. That's going to be interesting to see how that transitions. But the next question I want to ask when we're talking about transition, looking at what happened on SmackDown with Jade and Liv Morgan specifically, the only thing that Jade is saying that attributes her to Nona was Naomi, was that she remembers seeing Naomi run away. That's it. That's the link. So does that mean that the lane is still open for Bianca to be the one?
All right, don't get us shut down with the TV behind you, Don.
Well, hey, I can't help it. It's just now kick back in, trying to get this thing working. But we ain't showing nothing new.
Man, you ain't even in the same studio. Where the curtains at behind you?
Hey,
I asked him where the Dollar Tree curtains were, and he was like, "No, they were from Family Dollar."
Yes,
that's right. Got that going right, man. They no shade in my game.
Hey, they owned by the same company. It's all good.
Yep. Now, even though they got two companies worth, you know what they could have did? Drop the need for that quarter. I'll tell you that much. Everybody like $1, but now you're going $1.25. Y'all trying to play around with my tax mathematics. About to be misunderstanding up in here. But yeah. So what y'all's impression? Do we think Bianca's got this opportunity here?
See, here's the thing about that though. If you go back and you look at the night that happened, Naomi was wearing some neon green, bright, some kind of happy face, polka dots, or whatever it was, something that would be memorable, even if you were about to pass out and you said it was the last thing you saw, So I would think, and you don't see Naomi wearing colors like that. I mean, Bianca wearing colors like that. So
Agreed.
I would think that, unless Bianca wound up snatching Naomi's jacket or coat and doing it and running off. I mean, there's a lot going on in that, but I still think it was Naomi. I still think it was Naomi in the end. Now the question is, did Bianca have anything to do with it? Which
right.
I'm still kind of on the line with that. I haven't gone either way with that one. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to work that. I don't know how they could work that in.
Now we're going to get in trouble for that, right, KG? BJ? I'm about like, we're going to go there, might as well go there in the background. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but, I paid for this Netflix account. So anybody that just saw that trailer go across, Ain't my fault. It's on. Just felt y'all should know. Whatever. That's how we do. Oh, hold on.
Sam said I use pizza boxes as paper plates, McDonald's napkins as toilet paper, and I make my own soap. Gotta survive during these harsh times.
Hey, shoot.
Oh, Jesus.
Heck yeah. What you use to make your soap, Sam?
And that was at the $1.25.
Yeah, I know it's still rough out there, man. That $1.20 at 25 cents comes across. It cuts me at the core, man. Like, God dang. But I will put y'all on some game, though. Y'all want a good, you know what I'm saying, stock them up meal type situation? Dollar, Family Dollar. They got those 3 packs of a cup of noodles. You know, the cups that you put in the microwave. You can get those by the case out of there. You know, so we talking about, you know, less than $5. You talk about 9 cup of noodles right there. That's a better deal. Ooh, lemon peels and oats. Sam over there trying to do that good exfoliation and all that stuff. You got some smooth skin, Sam. I thought you was rough and rugged. Now, you know what I'm saying?
I had a Marine tell me once. He said he talking like Sam. He used that John Wayne toilet paper.
What? Leaves?
No, John Wayne toilet paper is rough and tough and don't take shit off of nobody.
No, well, that may have been what we thought about, Sam, but now, you know, some lemon peels and oats and stuff. I don't know. Sam out there, you know what I'm saying, smooth as the other side of the pillow.
Hey, he got to moisturize that booty hole with all that rough paper, toilet paper he got going on.
Hey, you know what I'm saying, out there like, shame. Tell him, Sam, don't love me like you do.
Man,
no, it's KG's fault. You just hate on him. You know his
not my fault. I ain't said nothing.
His Secret Meyer is going to be on pretty soon. We're just waiting for the special guest appearance. Quite sure you'll be gifted, you know, a meal in the middle of the show that you'll have to go off camera for. So,
nope.
Absolutely, Sam. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's already had
his good for them scallywaggos.
Hey. You
Love
gotta keep at least one scallywag around, you know.
Hey, that's right. Somebody got to do the laundry. Tell him, KG.
I do my own laundry.
Stop lying. When's the last time you did your own laundry? See, took it too long to think about it. Really?
The week before last.
Why are you lying? Bring the wife on. I know you ain't do no laundry. You may have taken it to the washer. You see, now you got our camera. You may have paid for the laundry supplies. He ain't put nothing up in there. He made correction. He may have even put it in the washer. He ain't turning it on though. I guarantee she don't let you touch that washer and dryer.
You got to realize I've been washing clothes since I was 12. Been washing my own clothes since I was 12.
We ain't talking about 12. We talking about now. You're not allowed to touch that washer and dryer, are you?
I was asked, when's the last time I washed my own clothes?
You see a pause it again? The pregnant pauses get bigger and bigger.
Don said, when's the last time I washed my own clothes?
You always wash your clothes. What you mean?
She said you only wash your clothes on my birthday.
She doesn't even wash her own clothes. I won't allow her to wash her own clothes.
But who's washing the clothes in the house?
Me.
Dario, they got you out there doing the laundry? God damn. That poor kid, you get interrupted every 45 minutes. Dario, go and take the clothes out the dryer, boy. Stop playing around. Man, I'm in my Grand Theft Auto mission. Yep.
What you think
ain't even like that, man.
What's the point in having children if you can't slave them out?
You can't say that on the airwaves. They got rid of DEI, so you can't do that anymore. Now it has to be the parent again. See how that is? It's tragic. Oh, KG in trouble.
Yeah,
We know.
we whole live show.
Brandon.
Whole live show. We
Two
talk
live
about
programs.
laundry.
Yeah, we talk about laundry. Shoot, we trying to get that, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but in my opinion, Lord knows I need the secret. My Mexicano family, God bless, they got the best smelling clothes ever. Every time they walk by, I'm like, holy hell, what the hell is you using for your detergent? I'm trying to get there. Something
What is
about
that? What is this? Savito? It's like this fabric softener. That, man, it smells absolutely. You think Downy smells good?
Man.
It's this Savito, man. That stuff smells. Ooh,
Lord, we're gonna have to get them as a sponsor so we can get some test stuff or something. God dang. I'm telling you, I wouldn't buy a cologne ever again. All I need is just that good smelling. And we talk about 4:00 in the afternoon. You've been working, coming from building whatever they building, whatever. And like, dude, your clothes still smell that good? Man, that's crucial right there. Crucial.
Now, people are making homemade laundry detergent too.
Yeah, I saw a social media post about making some, making about a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing some extra stuff.
I got to get my wife a bucket so she can make her own laundry detergent. I can't wait for that. Sam said that's that swap meet gallon of bootleg laundry detergent, and it smells absolutely great. Get it work, and you put a little OxyClean, a little peroxide in there. You done. Your clothes your white's gonna be white as I don't know what.
Heck yeah, I don't care about that. I just need to smell good, dog. Like, I'll tell everybody, the number one thing you need to do for all the young Dario, when you get out, when they finally kick you out the house, because you've been playing video games too long, listen up. Get you your little apartment and then go put your clothes in a wash. Make sure they smell good. Put them in a dryer. And as soon as you take them out, throw them on your bed. Make sure you bucket naked. You just showered first. You got to be bucket naked and just lay on them nice warm clothes, man. I'm telling you.
I've never done nothing like that before.
Woo. Why the hell not?
That sounds like something you would do.
Heck yeah, man. That it's just nice and warm.
Only you.
Man, it just makes you want to go to sleep, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
No. When you wash clothes, and I used to wash clothes, when I first moved, I used to use regular Tide powder. No Tide with bleach or powder, no regular Tide powder. And I would wash my clothes with that. A couple of Downy sheets in there, and I would go in the house, change my sheets and everything, put my sheets on my bed, and the sheets be still warm. And I would get in the bed. I wouldn't fold no clothes. I would get in the bed and go to sleep.
I'm telling you, Sumo, if you've never done this before in your centuries of being alive, you need to do this. I'm telling you.
The closest I have gotten to that was instead of ironing my clothes, I would throw them in the dryer.
Okay.
And get the wrinkles out of it and then put them on. Now
nice and warm.
Now that's something. That's something.
Yeah, that is something.
That's a sensation right there. That's addicting.
Heck yeah.
But I never
walk out the house, you're gonna do something that day.
I never understood why my wife used to always say it's nothing better than getting in bed with clean sheets. And then I've had clean sheets before, but she talking about fresh out the dryer. Or my grandmother used to get them fresh off the line after the sun didn't hit them.
Oh yeah,
getting in bed with that thing ain't nothing like it in the world. Ain't nothing like it in the world.
Babe, you want to go ahead? No, I ain't got time for that right now. These sheets is banging right now. We're not trying to commingle no sweat. I just need it exactly how it is, boy. Telling you, you will turn down some tang on that one because it's just.
Don't show that one. Don't show that one. Do not show that one. No. You out of line there, buddy. You out of line. You out of line, Sam.
Sam done it before. You come on now.
Out of line, sir.
Hey, no, you got to look at what the chain of conversation from saying. He make his own soap.
Looking at Mandy Moore poster on your wall.
Nah, boy. Well, yeah, but Hillary Duff. You better stop playing. Jeez. Don't believe me? As the song says, look at me now. Go and check out Hillary Duff. I was telling you, God dang, that's one of the Disney kids that made it. Woo! Made it. Yep. Ironically, though, I did most of my clothes washing on Monday nights and Thursday nights. So kind of had a little bit of difference of, people look at, a certain McMahon, Trish, Lita, the list goes on, so. Yeah,
let me, I don't know if I ever told this story here on the Wrestlemaniacs. I'm sure I've told it before, but I'm going to tell you something. Living in a neighborhood surrounded by wrestling fans is a underrated experience. Now, this is from
put a time to it. I say because you can't do it now.
Yeah, no.
Back in the day,
from 2000 to 2006. So this is a 6-year span. But it actually started before this, before we all moved into the same line of buildings in the neighborhood. We were all kind of scattered around, but you would see everybody in the neighborhood. And, in passing, you in the store or something, you start talking about wrestling. And this is Attitude Era. And Mondays, I would get off work on Monday. I would come in, change my clothes, head back out. And then it's like I was in between. I was 18, get ready to turn 19. So I was in between with the kids and then the adults. So in the spring and summertime, you got everybody sitting outside on a Monday night. And this is when Raw started at 9. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, this is when Warzone started at 9. Then you got Raw at 10. You had everybody sitting there talking about what happened either on the pay-per-view the night before or what happened on Sunday Night Heat and Shotgun Saturday night about the week before. But at 8:58, the whole block was clear.
Yep.
Everybody's gone in the house. The kids that went in the house, the parents that was out there after work that went in the house, everything. Yep. Tuesday, when you get off from work, everybody's on the front. Did you see what happened last night?
Shoot, take it a step further. The heads of the drug dealers weren't on the corner at that point. They sent the F-boys out there. Like, yo, go out there and do what you got to do. I'll be back in about 2 hours. 3 hours if it's Nitro. Come on now.
2 nights a week. That's what happened. And if somebody was able to get the pay-per-view and somebody wasn't, hey, my dad's getting the pay-per-view, or hey, one of the parents say, I'm ordering the pay-per-view. All the kids going to come to my house because they're in the building. And the parents like, okay, we're good with that. We know where they're at. I'm going to send snacks. I'm going to send it. I tell my wife about this all the time. I've had this conversation with BJ. I was like, I would love to move in a neighborhood that's that close-knit again because we never butt heads. Nobody ever complained about anybody bumping. No music being loud. Nobody ever complained. Everything was just us. And we've lost as a community. And it didn't matter. I'm not saying these are all black people. No, this was a mixing pot. You had black people, white people, Hispanic. We had Peruvian. We had everything. And we would sit there. And it's 3 buildings connected to each other on the road. So everybody's sitting at the building and where the parking lot is, because you got to pass the parking lot to get to your building, or you got to be in the parking lot. So everybody's sitting there talking. You supposed to have been in the house 2 hours ago because you just got off work. You sitting there running your mouth with the neighbors about everything. Then everybody started talking wrestling. Everybody started talking about. We have ventured so far from that, and I long for those days because I say I want my kids and my grandkids to be able to experience something like that on that level, especially with wrestling. And it brings so many people together. I miss those days.
It's honestly, I agree with you. The only time you can get that feeling is by going to the show. That's the closest I've gotten to it again.
I didn't experience that with wrestling, but when I was in college at North Carolina Central, everybody disappeared on Thursday night for the Cosby Show and Different World. Everybody, the campus will be booming, and people be walking around, folks would be over at Eagleson and Baines trying to holler at girls from outside up in their room on some Romeo and Juliet type shit, and trying to get the girls to come down to holler at us or whatever. And it'd be a group of people all over the bowl and the library bowl and different places all over campus. But at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, you were in your room watching the Cosby Show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at simpler times. Simpler times. KG, you see Sam wants you to have get some flyers and start a neighborhood wrestling fan group. Everybody coming over the house.
You know what, Sam? Me and my wife had this conversation, and she always tells me, she said, our generation that we grew up in, like Sumo said, that Thursday night lineup, man, it was nothing like a Thursday because you had
Thursday and Friday.
World, and that was just with the TV shows. Then when you progress to Martin, New York Undercover, and Living Single on Thursdays. That was before we had wrestling on Thursdays. Then when that went off, then you had wrestling. You had SmackDown on Thursdays. I would love to start that up, but my wife, she brings up a really good point. She says, our generation that we fell in love with is not this generation. And it's not too many people that like to interact with their neighbors. It was an older gentleman I was on a grand jury with, and he used to always say, back in the day, you knew your neighbors. Your neighbors knew you. You looked out for your neighbors looked out for you. He said, now, man, people come in, they open their garage, they go in their garage, they close the door, they never speak to you. They can live next door to you for 5 years and you don't even know their names. And Sam, I tell you, on everything that I love, I would love for that to happen. I would love to have, like, I live in an apartment complex now. I would love to go to the end of the building and run a cord from somebody's house just for the projector, to put the projector up on a wall, on a brick wall, and watch wrestling with the neighborhood. And just sit there and just, watch pay-per-views with the neighborhood, just be able to share in that. But we live in a society. Somebody's going to take advantage of that. Somebody's going to mess it up. It's going to be something.
Somebody going to report you to the FCC or the Triple H and have you shut down.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. Let me get a letter from WWE cease and desist. You think that won't go up on the wall? Shoot. You just gave me credit. They told me they're going to sue me. I'll show up at the courthouse just because. Take a picture with the lawyers. Like, I ain't got no money.
Who's that? Somebody gave a cease and desist to Jim Cornette. And he wanted making copies of it and selling it.
Good. I wouldn't put it past him. Why not?
I forget what it was for, but
knowing Jim Cornette,
I do remember that. I do remember that. One time he was selling copies of a cease and desist order that he got from somebody.
And
was
Sam is right.
Dave Meltzer? It might have been Dave Meltzer.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was from Dave. As much as he talks about Uncle Dave.
And Sam's right.
Nowadays, if it was from Russo, he probably would have wiped it as toilet paper. So I doubt that would have got sold.
Sam is right. Your neighbors are 20 years younger with kids. Now, I'm used to being in a neighborhood with kids outside playing. This is the neighborhood I live in now. We moved here going on what has been 2.5 years, Lovey? Our old neighborhood, the kids were never outside playing. We moved here and saw kids outside playing. I got happy. I was
like, yo, play with them, didn't you? You wanted to go play with them, didn't you?
I had put my shoes on. My wife was like, "You don't know those kids?" I was like, "They playing football. Let's just." She was like, "No, you different time. Like it used to be, you walk outside, somebody playing football. Hey, you want to play? Shit, let's go."
See, the problem is we were just ignorant.
You've been labeled as a neighborhood pedo.
We were just ignorant as kids to what was around us. Now we've grown up and we know what's around us. But on the flip side, the beauty of children is that they don't know what they don't know. So, you go to the little playground area, McDonald's or at the park or something. Hey, You will go ahead and play this. All right, then you gonna play some tag, okay? Because they're just kids. That's what they're there to do. They just want to play. It's when everybody else get all up in their impressions and stuff. That's where everything goes to the crapper.
Hey, Sam, you say sumo got to go there, but he's absolutely right.
This is a litigious
absolutely
society.
Right.
It'll be one Karen or somebody's parent be like, why is that grown ass man out there with my kids playing like that? What is he at? Why is he with my kids? He gets questioned, and he might have the best of intentions, but then they turn around and call the police on him as a pedophile.
Shoot, notice they got rid of Officer Friendly. Like, you can't get any more messed up than that. How you get rid of Officer Friendly?
I put it to you this way. Growing up, and I ain't got to sugarcoat it. We didn't grow up in the greatest of neighborhoods. Yeah, it was trafficking going around, but if we got out there and we were deep playing football, the D-boys out there, they're like, oh, I'm quarterbacking this one. They would actually put money on our games, and they would quarterback against each other to see if they could lead us to victory. And of course, it was fun. We didn't know what the hell they did. We didn't really care. As long as we had somebody throwing us the ball and we can catch a couple of touchdowns, we're all right.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a, oh man, look at them grown men out there playing with kids. It was no, because they was telling us, hey, long as y'all do this, is fine. Y'all not coming out here with all this stuff going on. I tell BJ this all the time. I said, dudes like that, yeah, they were doing wrong, but they protected the neighborhood. And when they saw
they were
kids
telling you to go to school,
right?
Hey, little youngin, go ahead, get to make sure you read them books. So that's a kid that always be reading or doing stuff like that. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't mess with that boy over there. What I'm saying? He cool. Let him go ahead and do what he want to do. I walked through so many daggone hoods and B-more. I walked everywhere, like everywhere. East side, west side. I mean, I was everywhere. If you watch The Wire, I was all walking through those neighborhoods. But everybody knew I didn't mess with nobody. I'm just listening to my disc man, listen to wrestling theme songs, and then going where I need to go. But that was it. Just they understood.
How many kids? I remember report card day, and the big dude, he's out there. Let me see them report cards. He giving out $20 for A's. He pulling out a knot this thick and peeling off 20s, giving out 20s for A's. You may honor roll, you racked up.
Yep.
But it encouraged you to do more. But in a way, you kind of the bad part about it is you kind of put them on a pedestal and you adored them a little bit more. But you had to realize what they were doing. They didn't want you to follow behind them. Now it's this new group, this new generation.
Yep,
I'm doing fuck shit. I want you to come do fuck shit too, because my life fucked up. So I wanted you to fuck your life up too.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is. So we can't have that sense of community because everything that then came in now, you can't. You see the kids outside, and they sitting on the step, you walking in the building, they talking about wrestling. You make a comment, and they like, oh, I ain't think about that. What you think about this? Like, kids actually asking adults about wrestling, and what do you think's going to happen? I mean, we used to do that all the time. Hey, this is the way I'm thinking it's going to go, and you got an adult that's thinking with a rational mind. If you do that, you kind of sort of messing everything up. And especially somebody that's kind of involved with the kayfabe. We can't have that anymore, and that is a problem.
Yeah, but it is good to see. I'm quite sure we've all seen some social media posts about the wrestling group that the one school teacher has. I can't remember his name or the school, but we know who I'm talking about. But they've gone to WrestleMania a couple times and been called out on social media. They say he looks like Mark Henry, the teacher or the professor. He teaches the young kids, and they watch the previous night's Raw, SmackDown, or AEW, and they critique it and stuff like that. But at least it's happening out there where it can be, done in a way that's good to show that, you know, sports entertainment and wrestling is still as cool as it was back in the day for us. You know, there's still your superheroes, there's still your supervillains, and then you have all the stuff in between. And I think that's still why, even though they're on Netflix, the WWE hasn't gone, you know, full Attitude Era, because they still want to balance some stuff out. You know, even from what I was reading, when it came down to, you know, Cody stuff and who's cursing, who's not cursing, things like that, it's WWE's decision on what they want to censor. They have carte blanche to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it on Netflix. If they wanted to go ECW, you know, every week, they could. And Netflix don't care because, shoot, they're getting paid. And then they're going to get paid again if you're tired of the commercials and you want to see the extra, you know, interviews and stuff like that that's happening. So it's good that the WWE, even though we talked about hoping that it would get a little bit more edgy, to which they have, but I don't think consistently it needs to be at the level to where we may put off some of those kids, you know, just discovering characters that they enjoy. Lord knows I deal with it in my house all the time. Yeet.
Well,
Yeet.
I deal with it in my house, especially if you say anything bad about Cody Rhodes. Xavier get a little upset.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody.
Can I say one thing, man? What the hell is our daggone America audience going to actually rival the daggone UK audience? I'm tired of every daggone show being a ridiculously, it's like it's damn near wildfire hot crowd. Then they come back home and it's like, like really, y'all? Really?
Is it that, or is it that you're just used to what the American audience is doing as opposed to what they're doing differently overseas?
No, because we were there. Nitro, SmackDown, Raw, ECW, we were there. We set the trend and they copied it. We were whatting. We were, you know, just going nuts. We were popping on everything. You know, Attitude Era, that crowd was just hot. The moment that glass broke, the whole entire place, if they had a decibel meter, you know, it probably would have been a disrespectful number. You know, we were just going nuts. The Rock comes out, we screaming for 10 minutes, and that fool only just standing on the turnbuckle, just raising eyebrows and putting his arm up and down. 10 minutes? Don't believe me? The video's out there. I watched it. I was there, especially in Maryland. Like, this dude, it's been 10 minutes, and we still going ham. You know, the moment Diamond Dallas Page jumps out into the crowd to do the self-high five, we're going nuts. I still got a picture of that. I was right there next to him, by the way. I didn't get the most of him, but you know it's Dallas Page. But, man, you know, we pioneered that stuff. We just lost it. We kind of, no disrespect to him, but kind of went kind of Japanesey for a while. Because in my opinion, you know, you're watching some of the Japanese content. I know they're in it, but it's real quiet. They're not as, you know, over exuberant as we are in some shows.
That's
but
Japanese culture. That's
what I'm saying. But that's the culture. So I'm not knocking it because that's how it's set up.
They build into it because as you're watching it, and they get into it, they get louder and they get more responsive over the course of the match and whatnot. But in the beginning, yes, they're very, very respectful, very quiet, and letting everything happen. When people go outside, when they go into a sequence and they stop, they applaud. When people go outside the ring, they come back in, they applaud. You know, it's just like I said. That's what I'm saying. The difference between what you getting in the United States, as far as, you know, because it's constant chatter through the whole thing, it's through the whole show and whatnot. It's always somebody talking at all times. But then you saw it on Friday night. LA Knight comes out, and it's quiet. He's sitting there. LA Knight doesn't really know what to do because he has nothing to react to. He has to create his reactions.
But he did a great job. He did a great job.
You saw him struggling. But he worked it out. He figured it out. But in the beginning, you know, everything was quiet, and you know, because because the wrestlers react off of the crowd. So if you got, it was almost like
Stay right, Sumo. Good wrestlers, because not everybody understands that.
Right. So for him to come, I'm not saying that he's not experienced at it or he hasn't experienced it, because I don't know his entire career, but for him to be out there and to look like that he's struggling as far as what he needs to do next to get that reaction, it was kind of like, wow. I wonder what he'd have been like in the Thunderdome era.
He was just coming in. The last time that they did that loop, if I remember correctly, he was just coming in. So, he was just fresh off of not Eli Drake, Max Dupree. So fresh off of that, going into LA Knight. So he was just getting there. And I don't even think we knew how to really take it. Like, is he trying to be The Rock? Is he trying to be Stone Cold? But now that he's carved his lane, I think this is the first time that he's gotten that, they singing your theme song type of situation. And mega pop that was just above and beyond, which was awesome. And then he figured out how to...
And then Barcelona is a whole different animal as compared to a lot of places that they go to, because that seemed a little different to me. I haven't really seen any shows coming out of Spain,
right?
So I don't know how the crowd reacts over there, but that was a little different.
Yeah, it's been very sparse. They're kind of like in that Australia type of niche where they're not there, like you said, that much. But when they go there, like Germany and stuff like that, they're waiting, chomping at the bit just to, get a taste of anybody. But I'm glad he got his moment, something to keep him going, keep him motivated, so that way he could take that towards Mania. Because, I think, wasn't it overseas that we really saw Jey Uso explode, for his intro and his crowd reaction over there, and then it came over here, and everybody just continued it.
I'm trying to figure out where that was. Was that Germany?
Yes. It was Germany last year. And, they just went nuts. And, now he's starting to incorporate that even more with the one more time and all that stuff when he can. At least, when he's on Netflix, they got a little bit more bandwidth. So speaking of entrances and people coming in, we mentioned Ray Phoenix, but there's somebody else that had a little teaser as well. Mr. Aleister Black making his way. Now, he'll probably be a Mania situation as well. But where would you slot Aleister Black into the current WWE storylines? Does he go with Karrion Kross? Does he go with the Wyatt Six? Is he just independent? How do you slide him in to be able to be something? Does he work with The Miz? Which, there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of folks have come back and, just had a good program with The Miz just to get back into it. And then he branch off from there.
I don't know why, but I think he needs to go to the Judgment Day.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. As the new member.
Yeah, I think he comes in as the new member of the Judgment Day, and they jump out Finn.
And that's where the Demon comes in at, the Demon versus Aleister Black.
And then
we have that in NXT.
And then the Demon takes over the Wyatt Six.
Possibly. Yeah. So Judgment Day versus Wyatt 6-2.
Well, because the first one never really panned out.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, they encountered. So this would be the second encounter, I guess. But, yeah, I like that idea. That's a heck of a good idea. So, again, is this a after Mania? Before Mania? Because we still have slots for WrestleMania.
I would say, like you said, bring him in WrestleMania. Kind of let him get reintroduced. And then kind of work him in.
Same theme?
Why not?
Different entrance or same entrance?
Because that entrance, his entrance was hot. I loved his entrance with the little platform that came up and had him standing up like that, and Little. Oh, I love that shit. That shit was hot to me. I like that shit.
Oh man. You know what? That was worth the whole hour that we've been talking just to get that. I was hoping you would finish though and go into the words, but
can I say
really
something
know
real
the
quick?
words like that.
nobody knew what the heck you were saying either until we got to Evo, and then it just went off again. Like I don't care what the heck you're saying.
Just to comment on Sam's comment, man, I want to do that so bad, Sam. I used to be a mentor when I was younger. I mentored nearly 200 kids. All of them, except for one, never went to the streets. Only one went to the streets, and I lost him to it. Like, I don't even know. Last time I seen him, he was begging for change out front of 7-Eleven on Benning Road, and Eastern Avenue and Division Avenue in DC, and I haven't seen him since. So I would love to do something like that.
Yeah, there's always an opportunity for him, to come back. They never too lost. They just got to find their way back. So I know it was a request. I didn't forget about it, but I wanted to save the best for last to give people something to talk about at the water cooler. Our friends don't know why or how, what possessed them to take the idea of saying, hey, let's go ahead and delve into the wrestling business and rank some wrestlers. Our friends at Black Entertainment Television decided they wanted to rank we have 15, but we're just going to cover 12 of the top Black wrestlers of all time. Oh, you got it up?
Yeah, I got it. Unless you can get a better version of it.
No, that's literally what I was pulling up. Like, dang, did I share my screen? So as you can see here, just going down, we got to talk about it. Sumo asked for it, and this is one of those non-negotiables. Because again, there's got to be some criteria here. Because I don't understand how the top 5 is the way it possibly is.
I think I figured it out.
All right, we'll hold and we'll just say where it is.
In looking at it, I think I figured out where they got this, how they put this list together, but it's just a speculation.
Okay. So number 12, for the benefit of those that are in podcast land, is Jacqueline. She definitely deserves to be, part of the list. Number 11, Big E. Number 10, Devon Get the Tables. Number 9, Bianca Belair. 8, Bobby Lashley. 7, Ron Simmons. 6, Junkyard Dog. 5, Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné. 4, Mark Henry. 3, Kofi Kingston. 2, your pal Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And number 1, Booker T. So, Sumo, what's your thoughts on how they came to this this setup?
My theory is that they came up with this as far as world championships or championships, period.
Okay.
Because out of all these, Booker T got 5 world championships. Well, 6. Because he was 5-time WCW champion and he was world champion in WWE.
Right.
The Rock, I mean, he has a lot of titles, but I don't think he has as many as Booker T.
But he's The Rock, so I can see why
Rock.
he's there.
So he's The Rock, so he's going to be there. Now,
justify Kofi.
Whether he's black or not, that's another whole nother story. Anyway, Kofi, I mean, look, he's what? 15, 16-time world tag champion, former WWE champion, 2 or 3-time Intercontinental champion, couple of times United States champion. So I can see him there, but his popularity isn't as much as The Rock or Booker T.
Right. Okay. So Mark Henry.
Mark Henry, being a former world champion and WWECW champion, you know, I could put him there. Sasha Banks, multiple time women's champion and current TBS Rev Pro champion. TBS Rev Pro and New Japan Strong Open World champion. So, as far as popularity, put up there. Now, the exceptions would be obviously Junkyard Dog and who's the Devon. They've never held a world championship. But
Devon's held championships.
But Devon is what, 25-time world tag champion?
Right. So he belongs.
He belongs.
For sure.
Up there. Junkyard Dog, I mean, he's never held any major. He never really held any titles at WWF.
But what he did, but
he's historical.
Yeah.
And popular. He was
Rick Steiner.
He was one of the first black people to sell out the Superdome in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the Mid-South days. So, he was known for selling out that territory all the time. So Big E, former world champion, Jacqueline, former world champion. You didn't mention 13 through 15, which is Naomi. Naomi was 13, as you see, it's on the screen. Sheldon Benjamin was 14, and Jazz was 15. So Naomi, former world champion in two organizations. Sheldon Benjamin, multiple time tag team champion in multiple organizations. Along with Intercontinental champion and United States champion. Jazz being former world champion. She was actually I think she broke a record for being the NWA Women's World Champion while she was there. I think she had an 800-day reign as the NWA Women's World Champion. So, I mean, all of them are valid. I'm not saying that the list isn't valid.
Underrated.
But that's what I'm saying. I was just getting ready to say there are a lot of people that are missing from this list, like D'Lo Brown or Bobo Brazil.
Yep.
Thunderbolt Patterson.
Put Meg Johnson on here?
No. No.
Here's what.
No.
Only thing, this list it's up to interpretation. Like I said, I know what their criteria was. But the one thing that I think they got wrong is that Ron Simmons is not in the top 5. Out of everything here, and people can make a case for Booker T, they can make a case not for Booker T. But when we're talking about, the Mount Rushmore, Ron Simmons should be there.
Why?
Period. Dot.
Why?
I'm
asking you why, because I'm sure somebody else is saying why. So I'm asking you why.
For
show your work, sir. Show your work.
History, Baltimore. If you haven't seen the video of him beating Vader for the World Championship, the first black one. Come on now.
No.
What do you mean
no? I've said this on the show before.
I know somebody. It's been done before, but for mainstream television and in that modern era, what I'm saying, that was the first. That was recognized at that level. We know it's happened before. So that come before, but for recognize, just it's out there. Same thing, we talk about the Ric Flair scenario with how many championships and John Cena will never take my belt away and my record, blah, blah, blah. It's in that same pantheon of conversation. But for what we know Ron Simmons has done there and professionally, in college and stuff, just as an athlete, he may not be, quadruple champion, but come on now. Let somebody walk up. Even The Undertaker will take a step back if Ron Simmons is talking. That's the level of impact Ron Simmons has earned in the business. And when you take that in comparison to, some of the folks, that would listen and stop and send to the learning tree of Ron Simmons, Mark Henry, Kofi, The Rock, even Booker, there's no reason why Ron Simmons wouldn't be there.
Okay.
In the top 5.
I give you that. I give you that.
That's like that's my only thing.
I can give you that. Now the World Championship thing, we've
talked
about this in the past, but
to answer your question, why I would say that,
which I will give you that. I will agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that. Now, let me ask you this. Since we've got some of these modern day folks in here, and I noticed that pretty much everybody on this list is WWE, who else would you have put on this list that's outside of the WWE?
If it was top 20, I would definitely put Swerve on it. He's coming into his own, but he's doing a heck of a good job, carving his lane in. So Swerve Strickland, I would put on a list.
So you wouldn't put Swerve above anybody on this list?
Above, no, but I would, like I said, if it was top 20, I would make sure he's in that conversation. Because he's, like I said, he's carving out his lane and he's putting in the work. But, these are some folks that are just industry leaders that have just, created the opportunity for Swerve to do what he's doing right now, even down to JYD. Rocky Johnson should be on the list. I know he's, we're talking current, but, in the past, Rocky Johnson should be on here.
I agree with that.
We could make some cases for Bad News Brown. Oh gosh, I'm totally brain farting. There's a couple more. KG, jump in. You get throw some names in there.
That's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the hot tag over in this corner. I'm just like,
okay,
let's go.
There you go.
Shad Gaspar.
Chad Gaspar.
Jay Lethal.
Yes.
Jay Lethal, definitely. Yes.
Ernie Ladd was left off
this
list.
Yeah,
big cat. Yeah.
Because we when you talk 15, 20, whatever greatest wrestlers, and if we're talking all time and all you do is go back to a certain era, I can't stand those type of lists because you're not saying all time. Just say from here to here. That's it.
Well, the list is titled Greatest Black Wrestlers Ever.
Right. Well, in that case, that N-word Hulk Hogan should be on there. Booker T said it. He said he was coming for him.
Butch Reed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lord knows. Mm-hmm. God dang. Butch.
New Jack.
Yeah.
And I love that Sam said D'Lo Brown because I've been advocating for D'Lo Brown to be in the Hall of Fame for years.
He should be in the Hall of Fame for neck. That dude has the strongest neck ever.
He is probably one of the greatest European champions of all time. Mm-hmm. He's probably one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. I think he's one of the few that actually won the Intercontinental Championship but never got a main event run. He was your first Euro Intercontinental champion that they give Kurt Angle the credit for, but no, he beat the Godfather for the belt and won both belts, and then he gave the European belt to Mark Henry a night later.
Yep.
Like, come on now. First Euro Intercontinental Champion, he's not on this list. What are we talking here?
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, since y'all are the WWE guys more so than I am. Wasn't D'Lo like the first double champion in WWF? I don't recall any because I didn't because the only other double champions that I recall around that time were Triple H and Stone Cold when they were the two-man power trip. And didn't D'Lo win those two belts before they won their titles?
I thought Hogan was world and tag at one point.
No, I don't recall that. If that's the case, then y'all will be able to tell me that. I don't know.
I could have swore Hogan was champion and he won the tag titles with Mach or somebody. It was a short run. But he was a tag champion. I don't know. I have to look at that and see, but vaguely I remember that. But we'll put it on D'Lo.
Yeah, D'Lo won that. He won the Intercontinental and European in '99.
It's about that same time everybody was showing up in your house, KG, watching wrestling.
Yeah,
because I recall too many people winning being double champions back in those days.
No, it wasn't something that happened that often because that's not what Vince was about. It had to make stupid sense
because there were actually because a lot of organizations had rules against being double champions.
Now, when you say double champion, are we including tag and singles title or two singles titles?
I'm talking about holding two titles, period.
Yeah, so it's happened.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Okay, two titles.
I'm just saying
Diesel did it in '94. No, 94 is the earliest I see it, and that's Diesel winning. Where is that? He was WWF champion and the tag champion. And I do remember, if I'm not mistaken,
before that.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Shawn Michaels have the Intercontinental champion win the WWF champion? But he had it at the same time, but he had to relinquish the Intercontinental championship like by the next day or something like that.
Yeah, because
I think that's about the closest you'll get it.
They hit it with the Keith Lee special.
Yeah, and Keith Lee's another one, but is he even on this? I don't even think Keith Lee's on this list. How old is this list? This is a year ago.
He should be.
Yeah, he is. NXT Championship and North American Championship in 2020. And then they ruined his character from there.
Mm-hmm. Put him over, sent him up north, and then he went down south.
Mm-hmm.
And aged. It's like, how you go from being Keith Lee to this, what was this, 80-year-old man? You look like the big cat at that point.
Like the gray. Y'all didn't like the gray. I like the gray. It made him
the problem is it just happened out of nowhere.
It made him
subtle.
different.
Let it be subtle.
And it was him. No. He was having to dye his hair. You can tell he dyed his hair. I'm surprised he ain't put no Beijing on. He was sweat too much.
No, what I didn't like about Keith Lee was the simple fact that they made after that night he had that great match on Sunday. He shows up on Raw on Monday, and they made him cut all his facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
And they changed everything about him. Like, hold on, this is not the same guy we went crazy for last night. You changed everything about him in less than a 24-hour period. Worst thing WWE ever did.
Yep. We can't bash
They do that with folks, just like they did with what was his name? Cameron Grimes.
I was so mad about that.
Cameron Grimes was a standout with all that body hair and whatnot. Mm-hmm. He reminded you of Dirty Dutch Mantel back in the day. He stood out with that. And then all of a sudden, they just shaved him off. They They put him through a nair bath and
that's what came out.
And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
what the hell happened?
And they took the whole gimmick away. Like we talked about how much I was a fan of Cameron Grimes on day one. And then next thing you know, especially that the program he had with $1 Million Man, I mean, it was just, and then it went from that to who's this? Shoot. The only one that I think has worked out on the back end is kind of like reverse. Is it NXT with oh gosh. Not was it Lash something? Not Lash Legend, but what's his name? With the L? The painted on facial hair.
Oh, Lexus King.
Yeah, Lexus King. He's made that his own. He actually pretty much pulled the Dusty.
Now he's the one with the Beijing.
Yeah,
that's Beijing. That's right there.
Yeah.
That's that Beijing right there. They put out some money on some Beijing for him, boy.
But he's turned that into his Dusty. Like that character is believable. It just needs to get over a lot more, but he's made that his own. So I want to give him props for that. That's at first when I first saw it, I was like, what is this garbage?
Well, that does make him stand out. I mean,
right.
that does make him different, And
if you're talking about me, that's all I need.
Right.
That means I can get some time. You get some time, then what do you do with that time? And that's what, again, we talked about. It's not a glass ceiling. It's a plastic ceiling. Becky Lynch broke through it with the right time. I'm hoping that, others get that opportunity to be able to break through. Who was it that was just bleeding not too long ago that we were talking about, female? Liv Morgan. She's broken through. It's just finding that right lane and that moment. And then when you take advantage of that moment, it's all uphill from there. Then you get to ride that wave. And I think that's what happened with the Street Profits. Maybe something with some grills in your mouth and letting Dawkins just talk, like he would normally talk and not how they were writing him. And we're getting better out of it. Jacob Fatu, just standing there, just looking, like somebody, but that's the same thing Solo did. Put a mic in his hand and just let him talk. Yada, I mean. Oh, my son didn't, there you go. But so he too focused on playing 2K25 to go in there. I don't want to disturb him. He's doing Elimination Chamber again.
Yeah, I already wanted Elimination.
Side note, this is not the greatest wrestling game of all time, because that still is sliding as No Mercy. But this is showing that they're in the right direction. It's maybe 4 spots away from touching the rarefied air of No Mercy. So KG, should you buy it? Yes. The chain wrestling and the presentation of the chain wrestling in current gen, graphic form is well worth it. Surprised on how it looks more cinematic in reference to, WWE programming than you would think. It's like, man, from the get up, the transition, the roll over, the slide out the ring. It's like it's just effort, motion that's happening in the game. So I guess AI is in there somewhere, but it works. No complaints. So
what you're trying to tell me is better than SmackDown 2?
Yes.
That's pretty goddamn hard down.
The only thing, and I'll be, diving into it pretty soon, is going to be the create a superstar. So once I do that and to see how in depth it is, I would like for, one thing I wanted them to bring back was being able to merge different entrance musics. I like that feature, but they did add the feature of being able to curate your Titantron, even down to the words that are showing up from what I've seen. So, if I can have my name going across instead of it having to be, great music, and I'm using, Kane's background, Tron video, how it used to be. It's like, that's just all you had. So you tried to make something where you didn't see whose, video you're using, so it could be your own. But, it's looking like it's a lot more in detail, which is what I enjoy, because I take a lot of pride in the timing and everything of what my entrance looks like. since I make myself every year. So if they got that on lock and it's cooking, then it gets a step closer to No Mercy. But it still has some SmackDown, versus Raw. Here Comes the Pain is still in front of it before we get to No Mercy.
And Here Comes the Pain is $69 in 2025,
as it should be.
I tried to go get it last week when I did my gaming haul. I tried to get it at $69. Speaking of which, I did a thing, as my wife would say.
You wash some clothes? Because we know you lying about that. She tried to make you feel good, like, my baby washed clothes. Hold on, we can't see it. What is that?
This is NCAA Final Four 2002.
Okay.
NCAA Football 2004. NBA Live 2004. And Madden 2002. And I
Did
got
you ever see you got
Live
NFL Blitz? Did you get Blitz the League?
I got NFL Blitz in the room. Yeah.
Blitz the League?
Yep.
Okay. 1 and 2?
I think I do have 1 and 2.
Sumo, if there's ever
Blitz,
a game you need to play as somebody that doesn't play video games, Blitz the League with Lawrence Taylor, I think you would love it.
I've seen people play it. So, yeah.
That storyline is amazing. And then if you want to have fun, without it's whimsical and, just it's like, what the hell? But Mutant League Football is one of the best games to play, just from the purest form of, what do you mean when, you've killed all 3 of my running backs, the game's over because I got no running back? Like, what? Or you murdered all 3 of my quarterbacks, game's over because there's nobody that can be a QB.
The only game that I've really wanted to play, the only game that would have brought me into playing video games, and I don't know what the name of it is, but it was the one with all the hip hop artists.
Def Jam, Vendetta, or
Def Jam,
New York. Let me find out, Sumo.
I think it was Def Jam Vendetta.
Woo! AKG, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get him that. I don't know what, we're gonna have to figure out a way, get him a GameCube or something. And that's pretty much that, or the PlayStation is the purest ways to play it. But I'd take the GameCube over that because of the wrestling engine that was used in it. But yeah, you may have to get Sumo a GameCube and send him Def Jam.
Def Jam Vendetta is $60.
Well worth it. For the soundtrack, and who would you use on there, Sumo? I know you gotta pick somebody.
I was interested in using Big Pun.
Okay.
I saw somebody playing Big Pun, but Big Pun was one. I think Method Man was one.
Yep, Redman. Yeah.
Redman,
DMX. I mean, they had some they had some all-stars in there. Yeah. We're gonna next time we all together, we're gonna get that going. Just sit down around the TV and to turn it on Def Jam Vendetta. And there you go.
Shaq Fu. I was a beast at Shaq Fu.
The new version of Shaq Fu, the remaster. That's the one.
Wait. Time out. What did you just say with your lying mouth?
The remaster of Shaq Fu flows better.
I didn't know they did a remaster.
Oh yeah. It came out 3 years ago, right during COVID time. Shaq Fu came out.
What is it on?
PlayStation, Xbox. You can download it now off the store. It's there.
I'm going for it.
I'm telling you.
Does it still have the same music?
Yes. All they did was just improve the graphics and the way the game flows in the engine. Just a couple small subtle tweaks to the storyline or whatever. But other than that, same game. But it just plays like, oh man. I thought it was going to be whack. I'm like, man, they trying to give us some stupid Shaq Fu that's not going to work right. As soon as I played it, it's like, oh my goodness. I got it on the Switch. I wanted to travel around with it. That's how good it was. I just wanted to take it with me.
Is that what it is? A Legend Reborn?
Yep. These kids don't know about no
Look
Shaq
like-
Fu.
Oh man, Shaq Fu was my joint. I
See,
love some
Sam,
Shaq Fu.
we're an hour and 30 minutes in. You trying to start something with some nostalgia on GameCube? Because I'll put you on one. Time Splitters. That was a game right there. That was out of that GoldenEye elk. If you never played Time Splitters on a GameCube, you on 1 and 2, your life was lost. You need to go back and recheck your childhood. That game is a banger. I mean, you know, that's some stuff on the GameCube. We could just go ham about all day long. That may be another show, but yeah, they did.
I was watching this. I was watching.
They were
YouTube
NES
around.
games, regular Nintendo games. Sam, Golden Child, and Beverly Hills Cop. They weren't that good though.
I was
But they
fooling
were
around on
just
YouTube last night, and there was this guy that has this YouTube channel, and I want to say he's in his 20s, maybe mid to late 20s, and he's listening to all this old school hip hop, and he was listening to Twins by Big Pun and Fat Joe.
Right.
And he started listening to it, and he stopped it at the beginning because he was like, I've heard this song before. Wasn't this song on GTA or something like that? And even I was like, nah, you talking about the original. You talking about Snoop and Dre's version from Deep Cover. This is a Deep Cover remake from that they did in '98.
Right.
That he was doing. Because they took that same music and did their own thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was sitting there. He was struggling trying to figure out if it was GTA or what it was.
It was GTA 4, wasn't it, KG?
Yep. It was
it wasn't the '98 cover. It was the original, right?
Is this true, Sumo? No, it was
no, it wasn't Kai Cenat. It wasn't Kai Cenat. This is another young cat. I forget what his name was, but it wasn't him. It wasn't none of those guys.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't any of those guys. This is like a guy in his house or at his desk, you know, listening, and all he does on his channel is listen to old school hip hop, old school music.
What up, the boss? Yeah, I've seen a couple on social media that do that. They're just different genres of music. Like I watched one group listen to Annie Up, and you could just see the wheels in their head turn and just mind explode. And like, yeah, they're about to go beat the hell out.
Yeah, because he did that, and then once I saw that one, then once you do one, all of that stuff starts coming up on your algorithm. And so he did one. He did one. I wanted to see what he was going to say about the Pharaoh Monch joint. What is it?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Was it Shut the Fuck Up?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he did that one, right? Because that's one of my favorites, right? So I was like, so he pulled that one out, and he got to the beginning and he stopped it. He was like, "Where do I know that from? Where do I know that from?" And
Dario,
like,
what you know about that, Dario?
And I'm like,
come on now,
bruh, come on, man. That's Godzilla.
Shoot,
that's the Godzilla thing.
About that.
God dang.
Which one you talking about, Don? Because we were just talking about music anyway. You know about Fairmont, don't you? Oh no.
You're trying to test his GTA soundtrack knowledge.
Matter of fact, we were just talking about that pre-show. I asked him, I said, what's the better soundtrack? GTA 5, GTA 4. He didn't play Vice City like that. And San Andreas, I was like, what's the better soundtrack? He said he played 5 the most. So he knows all the songs to 5 and everything.
San Andreas, I'm sorry. 5 is hot. San Andreas, man. God dang.
He always surprised me with San Andreas because he always went to West Coast Classics.
Mm-hmm.
And he got into
What's up,
the West Coast.
What's up, Mort? Come on. Just run up on somebody, just shoot him. Depending on what the song is, somebody getting shot today. Like, that fool looked like a buster over there. Pop, 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 pop. Dang it. 2 stars. Now I got to run again. Be right in the middle of the mission, but the song, you just got to shoot somebody. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Heaven forbid. Like, come on, CJ. Get on this bike real quick. And we just ride the bike. Man, god dang.
San Andreas, it was all about New Jack Swing for me. I'm a big New Jack Swing fan.
Yeah.
So it was all about CSR, Contemporary Soul Radio, with Philip P.M. Michaels.
Yep. That wasn't a bad station on there, man. God dang. So you make me want to go back and play it again just to shoot some people.
Hey,
and
man.
ride the bike and do some extreme sports, man. The best
I
game.
gotta find I had the actual trilogy. My wife got me the trilogy for my birthday.
Okay.
She got me 3 Vice City San Andreas. And I was supposed to play them all. And I don't know where my trilogy is. Once we moved, I don't know where my trilogy is. So I gotta find that. But
it's
yeah,
probably under them warm clothes at Dario's apartment that he didn't tell you about after he washed some clothes. It's probably under that. He been laying on it bucket naked.
I hope not, because I don't want it back.
Dreaming about, like, man, I can't wait.
He said that was a secret apartment you wasn't supposed to tell everybody.
Hey, man, I'm young and I know. You get to that point, be like, moving out, right? I just felt y'all should know. Got to go. Don't you come over unannounced. There could be something going on.
Nah, Dario already know. He move out. He already know the rules. Have enough cereal and milk, because I'm coming over.
Cereal,
all I need is cereal and milk.
Shoot. Let me have milk in my place. It'll be cottage cheese by the time I got home. Only thing in my refrigerator was water. Now, I had some cereal and then immediately converted that gallon jug into water. Wow, 14, 15 gallons of water in the refrigerator. Wasn't home that much. Didn't need it.
See,
had a little bit of mac and cheese in the cupboard. And, that was it. Eating at the zone all the time.
My wife didn't like this, but when I lived by myself, she told me, she said, you ate like garbage. I had you open my freezer, it was ice trays. It was backyard barbecue banquet dinners on one side, a stack of those, sweet and sour chicken on the other side, and it might be some kids' cuisines going down the other side for Xavier. You open up the refrigerator, it was milk. It was a case of Heineken, maybe a bottle of Grey Goose, fruit, maybe some lunch meat. And then on the door, I had mayonnaise. I very rarely kept eggs. I had some mayo on the door.
So she made you like a fried ham sandwich and an omelet or something like that, and you knew, like, I'm getting her about 4 or 5 times pregnant over. Why?
No, you know what she did?
What meal? Like, I'm gonna have to hit this.
She would bring me food. She would bring me Tupperware containers of food because she didn't like the way I ate. Why are you eating like this? It's quick. I'll sit around and I'll eat bowls of cereal all day long. Might order out.
Was it for Murray's? I don't know if y'all had Murray's up there. We had Murray's.
Yeah, we had Murray's. Murray's on 8th Street.
Okay.
Yeah, of course we had the warehouse down the street.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, Now, Sam, you did bring up something good. I didn't do a bunch of drinking back then, but I did spice up some ice cubes. I had some juice. I'd have them in there in the ice cube tray. So that way, when I come back, if I got some other juice, because I stopped at the grocery store, then I would put the juice ice cubes and the other juice ice cubes, just for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I don't remember them chicken leg quarters. Did I have some? Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I wasn't eating it. Maybe it got. When I was there. Oh yeah, that's right, because you was cooking them. See how that worked out, KG? Like, you got leg quarters for real? When that was get there? As any other time, leg quarters would have messed around and walked away. That's how for a minute they would have been.
See, and that's what happened. My wife would tell you in a heartbeat. She used to make food, and I would go to her house. This is after I moved out of my apartment. I moved back home. And I would go to her house after work, and she would have these bowls stacked up in the refrigerator. I'm like, what is all this? She's like, oh, this is leftovers. The girls don't want to eat leftovers. And let me go ahead and get that. She would give me big-ass bowls of lasagna, whatever she cooked, Alfredo, and I'm taking them. Every day I'm coming back, I'm bringing bowls back.
So you was having a baby per bowl? Is that what it was?
Man.
You pick something up and drop something off?
Me, Xavier, my mom, and then Dario would come over on the weekends. We was killing it.
Yeah,
We was
picks up,
killing
up,
it.
drops
She
up,
fed,
off.
man. She fed us for years.
Hey, no complaints. No complaints. That's love right there. Shout out.
Yeah,
Mother's
because
Day.
she didn't have to feed me like that.
You better cook for her for Mother's Day.
But now,
no, you heard what I said.
but here's
you better cook for her for Mother's Day.
I know that. I'm gonna show her love. I show her love every day. But here's the flip.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know what she does? She makes me bread, man.
Oh, snap.
She makes me fucking bread.
I wish you mother dog and would look over here at me.
Yeah.
She made a loaf of bread the other night.
Bread. You know how complicated it is to make bread? I'm just trying to get some goddamn ice cream with the Ninja logo on it. Can a man get some ice cream up in here?
She made me a loaf of bread the other night. I lied to you not. I was like, you know what? I want a grilled cheese sandwich. So I took some provolone cheese, which I don't normally use. I'm more of a pepper jack, Colby Jack fan. But all I had was provolone. Took some provolone, some pepperoni, made me a grilled cheese sandwich.
God damn.
And I did it in the air fryer.
Did she have a bread maker?
No, she doesn't. She makes her own dough.
God dang it. This is on that Food Network level. I'm trying to get my kids to even do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is a daggone
like she literally she makes her own sourdough. She makes her own dough and everything. She makes a starter and she does all that.
God dang it. Ask her if she want to have some more kids. I still can do it.
You act gross. Don't forget about this.
Find the unicorn. Where's the unicorn, doggone it?
Get the unicorn.
Oh, the popo. It's like 3, 4, 5 people up in here. God dang. All I wanted was, some ice cream and some bread. You know what I'm saying?
I think ice cream is next on the list. Because I know she can make ice cream.
Can a man get a icy cup?
No, you can't.
Got the little shaved ice machine, just a little handheld thing, and shave the ice. Pour some juice on it. Can a man get? You know what I'm saying? I just want to try to get something. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
You know what? Hold on.
I'm about to go wash some clothes and get naked and lay on it. That's what I'm about to do.
Hold on. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna show you.
Well, don't do it too good because I already got beat down once.
No, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on.
I'm only 1 assault per show on the contract.
All right, hold on. I had to get on the move.
Oh well, technically, at least he proved that he already
showing them your breed.
ready to have his own account up.
Hold on, I had to get on the move.
All right, well, get on the move then.
So I came around to the kitchen. Well, I don't want to get you in there. Now I'm in the kitchen. That's the remainder of the bread that she made. And then, what's wrong with the oval bread? She won't let me show the oval bread. But that's what she does.
Dang, we trying to get some of that.
And I wish. I don't think she got any. You don't have no dough, do you? No starter.
It's in the refrigerator.
Okay, starters in the refrigerator, but she got all of that.
So every time she want to beat you, she beat the dough.
Sam. We've already established that, Sam.
Yep. See, the truth come out when we talking about what's in the kitchen. Daggone KG.
Yeah, man. When I tell you she be getting it in, she be getting it in.
See, I can't believe you got me assaulted.
How did I get you assaulted?
Notice he ain't sure that
I'm over here, you know what I'm saying, hearing about what you got going on up in the kitchen areas.
And you the one that decided to turn over and look at your wife and pull your glasses down. I didn't say do that.
I didn't say that.
I don't got assaulted.
I said 1 beat down per show.
He
It's in the
turned over and
contract.
looked at sis
That's
like
I got.
this
Why?
because I said something about making bread,
That'll cost me money.
and she tore his ass up, rightfully so.
FCC will find me or something.
Does she want to know how to
Make it
make
break.
bread?
God dang. See, this messed up, man. This got thing on travesty in the streets.
He want ice cream.
Travesty.
That's what I just said that you know how to make ice cream.
KG, he got beat down like some of them people got beat down online talking about cooking with Kaya.
He got beat down like the dudes got beat down online with the cooking with coffee thing.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up. See,
I didn't tell you to do it.
Cooking with Kaya.
now they're not gonna make the ice cream. This is what I'm talking about. Wasn't even on the menu
But
now.
this is the thing, Levy.
Kaya.
His wife says to him, she came to his house and cooked for him. Bruh, she cooked leg quarters for you.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but yeah, no.
He said, I don't remember it. She cooked leg quarters for you. He had leg quarters in the freezer and didn't even know it. Man, you know what I had in the freezer? I had banquet dinners
Oh,
in the
them
freezer.
leg quarters?
You might want to remember real quick.
Did they look like a quarter for leg?
You might want to remember real quick. You can
Close the door.
Oh, here we go. Round 2. Fight.
Somebody call a popo. I may be getting assaulted in about 35, 45 minutes over some leg quarters. God dang, I'm glad it wasn't ribs. Shoot, I may get shanked over this.
What?
God dang.
Well, look,
how do
hold
your
on.
ass? You gotta calm down.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Tell the wife I ain't trying to start nothing. I ain't.
Oh, you
I
gonna
ain't-
get these residuals.
Ain't you?
You get these residuals, you have to show the bread and all that. God
Like
dang it.
You digging that boy a hole.
And one meal.
I'm about to be living
And
in
it's
Dario's secret
almost
apartment.
6 feet.
So Dario, move over. God dang it. You better have a sofa. If not, I'll bring one. It'll be inflatable. It'll be all right, though. That way I can move out quick.
Jeez.
I know, right? It's a tragedy. I got my ass whipped. God dang. I'm too old for this.
I wasn't trying to start anything. I was just gushing. That's all.
Oh, too late. You got my ass whooped now.
You done got his ass whooped.
Twice.
And don't even know if he gonna get another one when we get off camera.
Good point, Sam. KG, we need a buffer. We need to bring it home, man. Come on, Sumo.
There's one thing that I can't say. We gonna get kicked off. We gonna get this show kicked off on YouTube between him and that and then showing the TV in the mirror, and you showing you playing BBL Drizzy. This show
That's a
will
good
never see
graphic.
that time of day.
We not endorsed by Moana 2 or Anthony's Barbershop or anything else. I will say that this background screen is very underrated. If you have a Roku TV and you can't identify at least 90% of the movie and TV references, you don't deserve to have a Roku TV. Whoever thought of this up, and they do update it once in a while. I mean, they take the time to put all that stuff in there. It's pretty awesome.
Sam.
What the hell?
Sam said he wanted you to get popped again for playing BBL jersey.
What the hell? Sam, what was your idea? Sam right there. Perfect time for BBL Drizzy. How you gonna set me up, Sam? That's messed up. See that?
Yeah, Sam be setting people up for failure.
Heck yeah, Sam. God damn. See, I try to put you over, Sam, and now you done over here advocated for my ass whooping. That sounds like it's an hour and 50 minutes worth of show. That means it's time to go. Because I only got one cheek left messing with this crew over here. And I haven't had dinner. Hopefully there's something there. I can't talk about what they made because then they may yell at me about the fact they made it.
So what did you make for dinner? I made egg rolls.
Egg rolls and shit. What kind of shit
Egg
is
rolls
that?
to be at
Egg rolls.
Yeah, I know. With shrimp in it.
Shrimp egg rolls with chicken.
Yeah. So.
Goddamn trash.
Those apples. Yeah.
So, KG, what y'all talking about tomorrow morning? Hopefully, it's not about my ass whoopings from tonight. We'll act like this show didn't happen.
Tomorrow, on the Sunday Rise, tomorrow's Selection Sunday, so we'll be recapping all of the college basketball conference winners. Maryland lost a heartbreaker today. I don't understand how Maryland keeps happening to them. I think their last 6 losses have come on the last shot. So this keeps happening to them. They lose 81-80 in the Big Ten tournament. We'll talk about that. Other conference winners who already punched their ticket. Then we'll be starting our NFL draft preview, breaking down picks 32 through 29, because we know we got to do it in reverse. So 32 through 29. And then from there, whatever else comes up. But that's pretty much your show. And Monday, we have a special edition of Drive Time with Matty Ice.
Okay.
And we will be doing half. We will do the first half of our bracket on Monday. We'll do the second half on Tuesday. So.
See that? Now we homies. Sam. My homie. Got hit with the Denzel, you know what I'm saying? My homie.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. And the gridiron was off today because I got to take a little bit of responsibility for that. I have been
in the kitchen eating that damn bread. Keep your ass out the kitchen.
I haven't been sleeping very well. And today was one of those days that I took to sleep.
Oh,
Didn't want to, but my body needed it.
You know, it's expensive these days, man.
Man, I'm good on that.
I don't know. KG.
Your
hair's starting to get a little darker. The darker it gets, the more kids you can have.
No, that's getting gray. You're just not seeing that. That's getting gray. That's gray.
I have to keep an eye on you. You mess around and have, all black hair, then we know you got about 4 or 5 more kids on the way.
That's great. See all that grayness coming in?
See, what he's doing, Sumo, is he trying to position himself. He's like, man, last stimulus, I didn't get that much. If Trump actually do something, I'm trying to be positioned to have about 15, 20,000. I respect that hustle.
Not me, man.
I thought about it. Don't get that mess twisted. I thought about it. But I'm in retirement. I'm too old now. I can't be, you know what I'm saying? I can get there. But, it's the rest of the part that I ain't got time for. Maybe we could, you could just have a bunch of babies, give them to Sumo. He ain't got nothing to do.
No. I ain't had nothing by now.
That's not that. No.
If I ain't had nothing by now, I ain't getting none.
Come on now, you be a fun parent. Like, why you always giving that baby apple juice? Like, that's what you think. It's about 100 proof right there. That baby walking around with an ironclad liver.
Mm-hmm. I'm good.
Y'all
have all the babies. I'll just be uncle. How about that?
I don't know about that, Sam.
That way I can mess around with them and I can give them right back to you.
So
it's like being a grandparent. Because I tell my wife all the time, I will give Meatloaf I'll give her all the daggone chocolate in the world, and then I send her home with her parents all day long. It's like being a grandparent, baby. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Until you have about 16, 17 of them, it's gonna catch up to you, KG. Y'all was playing too hard to paint.
See, if you have 16, 17 grandkids, you know what you can get done?
Tell us.
Okay. As somebody that is one of, I think, one of 69 grandkids.
Holy heck. So going ham runs in your family.
Well, yeah, I mean, my grandparents had 17 of their own.
Woo, Lord. Yeah, they didn't know when to stop. It was like, what you want to do today? Well, might as well make another baby. All right, then.
They had 17. My grandmother was one of 17. I think my grandfather was one of 9. So, you know, I come from a really, really big family, man.
Yeah.
And being a grandkid and everybody wanted to spend time with my grandparents. So, but when you went there, it wasn't like, oh, we just gonna lay around on the floor and watch TV. No, you got up, you chopped wood, you was out either planting tobacco or you was bringing in something. You were doing something, but you didn't mind doing it because it was fun. It was fun to you. But when you got 25, 30 grandkids at one time in the house doing everything, you know, hey, it take a little pressure off of them. And I remember when I was younger, my grandfather would come in about 4. And when he came in at 4, we were only allowed to watch 2 cartoons, and that was Thundercats and Transformers. Those are 2 cartoons that we were allowed to watch.
And his name was Mr.
And he sat there and he watched those cartoons with us. What'd you say? Somebody?
But your
I don't think I caught all that. What'd you say?
Your granddad's name was Mr., wasn't it?
No. Because he liked to watch the news. He was and you know, the cartoons came on at 4.
I don't think he caught it, Don. He didn't catch it. He didn't catch it. It went right over his head, Don. It went right over his head.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you're gonna have to take that out, KG.
But no, all jokes aside, when he would come in, man, it was cool. Being around my grandparents is always cool. And my grandfather's the only, I think I get it from him. Like he would come in and he would get on the love seat and you be talking to him and he done laid back on the love seat and went to sleep. Like in mid-conversation. And he took his hat off and nothing. He's sitting there with his hat on sleep.
Yep.
Knocked out. Then you look over my grandmother on the sofa, she knocked out. They sitting back on the sofa, head back, just gone. They talking to each other and they sleep.
Yeah, they got that super sleep, but they got all their housework and shit get done by y'all.
Like, yeah.
And we had no problem doing it though. I mean, that's the best part about it. I think that's
she giving
like
him
that
special
right there.
lemonade.
Well, what this dude said, his grandparents used to have 3 o'clock Pepsi.
With that Sugar Avery pea in it.
That's right. Sister.
I bullshit you not. I tell people all the time, people be like, well, you know, your grandfather had a secret family. My grandfather didn't have time to have a secret family.
Mm-hmm.
Too much to be done. I said, just because that's somebody else's
you mean the Negroes already
how their grandparents were, that wasn't how mine was.
Like, you can't get caught when you got 17 kids. So, like, somebody gonna see something. So, guess what?
And my grandparents
we gotta get out of here.
Everywhere together.
We got like 60 seconds, KG, before we hit the limit.
What limit?
Oh shit.
We got no limit. What limit?
So can't reuse this stream limit. There is a curfew, ladies and gentlemen, and it's about in 45 seconds. So,
well, you better say it before we go.
Able to re-air this show, because it was a good one. Make sure you diversify your bonds and bake your goddamn bread. Sumo, what?
And that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold said so.
Konnichiwa, ninja bitches.